Hi, my name is Giovanni and welcome to Salt and Pepper Pickleball. Serving up good vibes, talking about good gear, and always playing pickleball with pasión. Today I'll be talking about my first paddle ever, which was this one, the Aiso Centric Pickleball paddle. I'm coming from tennis and I just read that you're supposed to get an elongated because it's the most comfortable one for a tennis player. So I went ahead and got this elongated, very affordable pickleball paddle. This is 16.5 inches. It's actually 16.5 inches long, 7.5 inches wide. Comes with a raw T700 carbon surface and has a polypropylene honeycomb core. This paddle is thermoformed, and it also comes with foam injection around the edges or around the face of the paddle. Mine came in just at 7.9. I actually bumped that up to 8.8 ounces just because coming from tennis, my paddles were normally very heavy. I liked mine to be around 11.8, 11.9, sometimes 12, depending on the actual brand of paddle of the racket that I was using at the time. The thickness is a 16 millimeter. Grip length is 5.3 inches. But honestly, you can fit two hands on here, very comfortable. I actually like having my golf grip when I do this, and it was the first time I'd ever put a finger on the paddle just because it felt more comfortable. And then I realized that actually everybody was doing it, so it was actually pretty cool. The swing weight came in at 117 and the twist weight came in at 6.5. That was at the beginning. Now that I've actually bumped it up to after I bumped it up to 8.8, I still have to go back in and check the new twist weight. But man, it's definitely sturdy. So the grip is also 4 1/8. I have a little overgrip here that bumps it up just a smidge, so that way it fits a little bit better in my hand since I got these beefy mitts. So it actually fits really nice in my hand. So on paper, this checked pretty much the box for me when I was doing my research for my first pickleball paddle. And I loved everything about it. I even love the yin and yang fish symbol here, or koi symbol, which was really cool. So I actually liked everything about it. So going from the specs, the control. This is where this baby earns its money. Drop shots, resets, dinks. This thing was just so buttery soft and just had a very clean response off the face of this thing, at the kitchen, at the baseline. It felt really good. It feels really good. It kind of reminds me of the Double Black Diamond, but it just doesn't have that spring off the face. But it's still really good. A lot of control. Love this. Now, talking about power. So let's be honest. This is not going to be your most powerful paddle. That's not what it was made for. That's not where it makes its money. But if you're bringing your own heat, that's where this paddle comes in and helps you out beautifully. The drives feel clean and comfortable off the face. It doesn't have that trampoline effect like some paddles do that can be a little jarring at times in your hands. And the thermoform edges give it enough pop to really control the ball, which is really nice, and it feels really good, as I'm going to probably keep saying. The sweet spot on this thing, it feels really big. To be honest, I've tried out some other paddles and it just feels like it's a pea size sweet spot. But this one, I'm telling you, like I was mishitting off the edges, off the sides here, even down here at the throat. And honestly, I didn't feel any crazy vibrations in the handle. I didn't, when you hear that thunk like you do with some other paddles, like this has a little bit of it, but it's not crazy. It's nice. Has a nice sound every time you hit the paddle or the ball hits the paddle. So this paddle I would definitely say is for the newcomer to the intermediate. I've actually played against the Gen 3s, were kind of like at their peak right before, everything happened with Yola and whatnot. And I was able to fend off a lot of Yola Gen 3 players with this later on. Gen 3s, I was actually able to fend off the mod TA15s and even play against somebody who had the first edition of the Ripple. And man, like this paddle like was able to absorb everything, that all the pace, everything that I was getting. So it's just a good paddle. So wrapping up, this paddle is, you know, like I said, it truly surprised me, and it's not going to be the loudest in your bag. It's really not, but it's one of the smartest, if that makes sense. You know, like this just does everything right and makes you feel very confident in your shots, your dinking, resets. Like it gives you a ton of confidence, you know, for that. Of course, every newbie needs, every intermediate person needs, especially against like all these power paddles that are coming out nowadays. This thing helps you out a lot. It has beautiful balance. The response feels premium, you know, and it honestly, it doesn't break the wallet, which is wonderful, especially for your first paddle and maybe even your second. And I was so happy that this was my first pickleball paddle. And I just checked the website, which is amazing. It's actually cheaper than when I first bought it. Now it's only $85 on the website. So, I mean, you get a solid paddle that's going to take you a long way, because this is actually just turned a little over a year old. And my dad, which I gave this to my father so that way he can keep, because he started playing. I gave this one to him so I could experiment with a new one. And he loves this thing. He comes out and he's played against a lot of different people. He spends a good amount of times during the week playing with this paddle, and it's survived. It's lasted. There's no delaminations. There's no sound. There's no nothing. The edge guard's solid. You know, the glue is holding up. And we're out, you know, I live in Georgia where it gets super hot, and he likes to leave this in the car. So, or in the very hot garage. And this thing has held up. So anything bad about this paddle, I really can't. So anyways, that's my honest take on this paddle. Aiso doesn't even know who I am, so I have no affiliation with them or anything like that. They're not paying me for this. I just really wanted to talk about my first paddle, my dad's main paddle that he uses. I think he's actually gonna try to get a new one soon. And not because anything's wrong with it. You know, he just wants a second one in his bag. So if you've actually played with this, please go ahead, drop some comments down below so that way we can discuss it. Tell me what you liked about it. Tell me what you didn't like about it. You know, whatever you want to talk about there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your pickleball crew. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for your time and for watching this review. Until next time, keep playing, keep smiling, and always play pickle with pasión. Thank you.